Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. All right, here we go. Let's turn on the camera, see what we can come up with today. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Greetings and happy Friday. What a market cycle we've been having. It's been one hell of a market, you know? Good morning, Cheese Gray Trader, David, Stacy, Arnulfo, Ivano, Robert, Kevin, Omar. Good morning, Dave, Wayne, Jody, Mark, Steve, Vertuvian. Good morning, Fred. Gregory, Joanne, Javad, Tom, Mark, Brian, Jill. Good morning. And yes, thank God it's Friday. Whew, I'm exhausted. Steven, Scampy, Yuri, Stan, Matt, Frank, Lydia, Vernon, Robert, Walt, Dave, Wardog. Good morning, Wardog. Happy Friday to you too. Tom, Lloyd, William. Good morning, William. Junior. Junior is in the house. Mark, Illinois grain farmer. Penny. Good morning, Penny. Thank you for that email. I really appreciate you thinking of me yesterday, Penny. Penny's great. Wade, Warren, Jeff, Krish, Ray. Good morning, Ray. Richard, Julio, James, CJ, TJ, TJW, Floho. That's a new one. Floho. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Barry. Good morning, Barry. Watford, Shamens. Good morning, Shamens. Happy Friday to you too. Peanuts. Dave, Green, Genevieve. Sorry, Genevieve. John. Good morning, John. Cam. Good morning, Cam. Good to see you here. James Cifazio, Moondog, back from the gym, not the hospital. That's where we want to hear. Greg is in the house. Keith is in the house. Kevin, Thomas, Steven, Bugs. Hey, Bugs. Good to see you. Kevin is here. Eduardo's here. Kai is here. Donald is there. Ron is here. Jesse. Good morning, Jesse. Indian Wells, California. Just Jen is in the house. Candy, Mike, Helen, Bill. Happy Friday. Richard, Charlie Clyde is here. Let me just move this a little bit ahead here because I'm missing a lot of people here. Uh, we got where did I stop? We got just Jen, Candy, Mike, Helen, Bill, Richard, Charlie, Deanna, Gregory, Rick, Rihanna. Good morning, Rihanna. Richard, good morning, Richard. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a crazy week, right? Dennis flying Ronin, William, good morning, Delbert, Lewis, Tom, Hopium, Art, Becky, Kevin, Henry, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Ringo, Chris, Kirk, Ralph, Tony, Gustavo, Joel, Doug, Afadiez, Wesley, Lori, Ernest, JB, Stuart, George, T. Teudros. Hopefully, I pronounced your name correctly. Teudros. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. Kirk, Mr. Dragon is here. Don, Whitco, RP from Spain. Oh my. HG's in the house. Good morning, HG. Hopefully, you'll get a little peace in the Middle East. It's been kind of mellow for the last couple of days. Angie, Doris, just Jen is in the house. Karen the Shark is here. Good morning, Karen the Shark. Angie, Jay Blazer, continue talking about swing trading strategies. That's what I want to hear. David and Sandra. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome. We're getting a lot of people here quicker every morning. I have a sneaky suspicion it has to do with those small caps. People like those small caps. We got Jeff, we got David, we got John, we got oh, they have the Kirk Killer in custody. Okay, great. Thank God. I was looking at that last night. I didn't really even know what was going on till last night, but I caught up on it. Yeah. I wonder what the deal was with that guy, you know? Anyway, probably some nut job, you know? They have the shooter. Yeah, that's what people are saying. That is great. So, a couple of quick things. Let me give you a couple of quick things before we start. The first thing is, it would be nice if I had it up here. Here we go. First thing, folks, I'm going to do something really nice. We've had a great week in the VIP room. So I'm going to do something really nice for you. I'm not going to have a webinar today. There's not going to be webinars afterwards. It's just going to be an hour of pure education. And I'm going to be talking about your favorite stock. You're going to give me your favorite stock. Raleigh's going to write down the ticker symbol. And I'm going to tell you what position or strategy that I would put for your favorite stock right now. And I'm going to critique that stock. So I want to see the best stock. So what you could do between now and lunchtime, Eastern time, is you could put together one stock, pick your favorite stock. In the beginning, Raleigh, you're going to give it to Raleigh. He's going to write it all out. And then he's going to give me, not you, he's going to give me, so that I don't repeat the same thing 100 times. He's going to give me the stock. And I'm going to give you what I like about the stock, what I don't like about the stock, and what I do: a credit spread, a debit spread, an iron condor, not take the stock, or just do a call option. Why? This will help you understand the dynamic of how I think from you picking your stocks instead of me picking my stocks. And I'm also going to tell you, and again, there's not going to be any webinars. There's no sales here. I'm very excited about all the cool things that I'm going to be putting in Data Miner, and we finally have the data. So I want to expand a little bit on that. I think once you see, I can't show it to you, but I can explain it to you in great detail. So we're going to do that in the VIP room today. It's going to be a fantastic session. This is all for you guys. There's not going to be any webinars at the end. I have a class. I got to do something with Kane at 1 o'clock. So we have to get ready for tomorrow. And here's the link for Customer Service Live. You remember that? Remember who you going to call? Better call Sal. Well, we got Cam and Gustavo show for that. Okay, who you going to call? You're going to call the Cam and Gustavo show. You don't have access? Cam and Gustavo. You don't. The green light doesn't shine up? Cam and Gustavo. Your screen looks different than mine? The Cam and Gustavo. I think you guys are getting the point here. All right. And lastly, here's the link for tomorrow's. This is going to be a world exclusive premiere. Tomorrow, I'm live with Kane at noon. I believe it's noon, maybe not at noon. But sometimes tomorrow, I'm live with Kane. Here's the link for that. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Santiago. Haven't seen you in a few days. Rebecca, Mark, Kevin, Dave, Edward, Fledrot Soxberger. Good morning. Don, good morning. Good morning. On Fox Couch now. Okay. All right. So let me give you the small caps. Folks, I don't want to turn this into I got plenty to talk about to keep us busy with stocks today. Small cap stocks on my watch list. Let me give you those right now. This is not one of them. This is not one of them. So let me give that to you right now. We got VSTD. And again, I don't know which ones are pop. None of them are popping right now from what I could tell, but I haven't looked in the last 40 minutes. 465 VSTD, MJID, this one right here at 220, HUIZ at 750, and GCTK, this baby right here, at 1475. When I first called it, it was right here, but it was too early to give it to you guys. But this is when I started looking at it, 1140, and it went all the way up to 1465. So right now it's 1460. Let's just say 1460, okay? Please don't do anything pre-market. After the market closes, only if it takes out the pre-market high. There's a very specific reason for that, okay? It's a psychological thing. It's a very specific reason for that. They're useless if you don't follow the rules, okay? So just giving them to you right now. And maybe somebody can post them here. Good morning, Eagle Beagle. Good to see you here. Angie, you give me your stock that you like the best right now that you think has the best opportunity to move, and I'll tell you what I think of it and all that stuff. So you give me a ticker symbol and I tell you what I think about it. Let's see here. Okay. So let's continue. Let's now begin our show. Yeah, I can repeat. Matter of fact, I'm going to write it down, okay? VSTD 465. Oh, I made a mistake. Hold on. VSTD 465. Excuse me. MJID 750. HVIZ 750. You know what? I'm making an ass out of myself. Hold on. Let me delete all this stuff. Hold on. I'm making a mistake. Hold on. Let me remove all this. Hold on. Let me do this in a nice, clean way for you guys. Okay, I think HG got it right there. Thank you, HG. I think you got it. Thank you. Look what HG just wrote. Yes, the rules are very simple. After market opens, it has to take out the number I'm giving you. In other words, it has to go at the open, not before the open. It has to go. So every one of these stocks has to hit that level after the market opens, not pre-open, okay? So you have to set alerts. Thank you, Naples fan. I appreciate it. So, Tim, after the market opens, you want the price to be up there. Most of them will not. 9 out of 10 will not. Hey, Rebecca, welcome, and I hope you feel better. Please send me an update. Let me know how you're feeling, okay? Here's my email address. Roger, if anybody wants to reach out to me here, Roger at rogerscott.com. There you go. Please feel free. Sorry, Rebecca, and I hope you feel better. I really hope you feel better soon, and I hope everything goes the way you want it to, okay? The health is the most important thing. Welcome back. Okay, let's I forgot. Shoot, I almost forgot. Folks, if you're just coming in here right now, and this is something that'll help you, please make sure you're watching at 1080p. See how I'm on auto? This is bad. 1080p. 1080p. See how I have to do it myself too. Yes, I often do, Mark. I often do. I don't have a big ego, so I don't care about me making an ass out of myself. Rock, I've never talked about exits. I'm going to give you guys a lesson on exits. I'm just giving these as freebies right now, okay? You can trail them with a moving average, and I'll talk about it when I give you guys a class on them. I haven't done that yet. I didn't know that people would be so interested in them, you know? And if you guys are getting benefit out of it, give us a thumbs up. Here, I just gave myself a thumbs up. Okay, now let's begin our session. All right, what is the overall market doing today? We got some fragmentation. The market doesn't look all that strong. The blue chips do not look all that strong after yesterday. And yesterday we had a very interesting day. Yesterday, the RSP did this. This was really good. I like this. This was very good. I was very happy to see this. It'd be nice if yeah. See that? We had a nice breakout yesterday. Real nice breakout yesterday. But we didn't have it on the QQQE. Okay? So it told me that we're starting to see some movement in non-tech blue chip stocks, but we're not seeing that movement in mega caps, in non-mega cap tech stocks. Okay. So the market's a little vulnerable today, and we have fragmentation. NASDAQ is up. We've had some positive news. We'll talk about that when we talk about Catalyst. You're right, Richard. I'll get complaints from Ross at Warrior Trading. Exactly. I'm going to be. He's going to be like, Roger, you're stealing all of my small cap traders. What the hell are you doing here? That's funny, Richard. I never thought about that. That's funny. Okay, so we have fragmentation and it's Friday. What usually happens on Friday after a strong day, and we had a really strong day yesterday, like a really strong day. What happens after that? We usually have some peace and quiet. So I'm not expecting a lot from the market today, especially after 2 o'clock. Okay, especially after lunchtime. Fridays after lunchtimes, especially when you have big Thursdays, tend to be a little so again, I'm not necessarily predicting the market's going to crash or anything like that. I'm just thinking we may have a little bit of a cool off. Okay. A little bit of a cool off. Okay. Uh, Fed data, we have consumer, the Baker Hughes rig count is not going to be a big deal, but consumer sentiment. And after yesterday's CPI and PPI, I don't think this report is going to move the market at all. This report right here, but it is a catalyst, and we're going to have a catalyst. Okay. So that will impact bond market. We got to talk about the bond market right now. Very important. Well, one of the reasons why RSP went up yesterday was because of the bond market. Look at the bond market. We had a clear breakout, and that's really good for interest rate sensitive stocks. If you looked at the market yesterday, you would have seen financials go up. You would have seen real estate sensitive stocks like Pulte Homes go up. The market was not running on tech yesterday. I'm going to repeat this again for you guys. The market was not running on tech yesterday. Tech was not the big driver yesterday for the market. If you take away, if you take away, look, you take away the mega caps, look at where we're at. See how we came back to the top yesterday? Remember, I drew this box for you, how we came back to the top? And look at what happened when we got back to the top. We hit that level, and what happened? I drew this for you a few days ago, and now we're back down here. I want to see this level broken. What I want to see today is I want to see this level broken to the upside. I want to see this. I want to see this. And I'm hoping that RSP continues this breakout. Remember, I drew this for you guys. I drew this channel for you. It looks like it's breaking. I want to see two things today. I want to see 50% of this preserved. This is RSP. I want to see 50% of this preserved. So I don't want price going back down in here. I want to see this to be the low or this to be the low. I don't want price erasing more than 50% of this key bar. Okay? That's a key bar. It's a breakout bar. So I don't want it to break more than 50% of that. If we break more than 50% of it, then obviously we're coming back here, and that means we're going to just continue consolidating. Even if that happens, I still like the fact that the lows are getting higher, and the highs are starting to break out. But I really, really want to see QQQE do that too, because it's kind of just building, it's just building in here. And I'm hoping that this will not come down right now, that this breaks higher. But you see how it's holding my resistance level really, really well? So I want to see it break down. On mags are just going crazy. This is what's distorting the market, folks. This is what's responsible for making you think that the market's going higher, a lot higher, right here. This is 40% of the entire market, the mega caps. You see that? They resist for a day or two, and then they start coming back up. Meanwhile, the rest of the market looks like this. Looks like this, just a bunch of chop or this. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. And I know we keep talking about it every day, but sometimes I need to show you, and I need to keep reminding you that not everything is the way it appears. Market cap really distorts things, and we still have less than 50% of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average on the NASDAQ 100. This was at 42, now it's at 46. This is not a great number. So we don't have a lot of tech stocks aside from the chosen few really, really coming up. Now, I'm okay with that. Why am I okay with that? Because the Dow looks stable. The S&P 500 is starting to get stable. But this is not technology. The 100 tech stocks, if you take away the mega caps, the top 7, this is where you're at. And I want to make sure that today we don't fall deep back into this into this pocket, okay? Now, if you're having a difficult time following me, it's because you're not here every day. If you were here every day, then this will look like a continuation of a movie because we talk about the same crap every single day. Okay. So the bond market, look at where the bond market is. We don't want the bond market. Notice how it's holding the support area that I drew for you, right? We don't want the bond market coming back into this range right here. We want the bond market to go higher. If the bond market comes back into this range right here, it will put a lot of pressure into the QQQE coming back down towards the 50-day moving average and RSP breaking back and erasing more than 50% of the bar that we had for yesterday. And I hope you're taking notes, and I hope your notes say we don't want to break more than 50% of the bar on the RSP yesterday. We don't want to come back deep into the channel on QQQE yesterday. And we want TLT to stay above 89.78. Now, if I was writing notes, that's what I would have in my notes right now. Okay? All right. So this is a very dangerous level. I'm showing you the same thing. This graph and this graph is the same thing. I'm just kind of going back and forth. So we want to preserve this area, and I have that area right here. Same thing right here. See that? It's a very important area. 89.78. Okay? 89.78. Okay. So you're going to be looking at the bond market, and you're going to be looking at the relationship of the bond market to the equal weighted SPY and RSP today. Capiche? Gold. What is gold doing? Let's take a look. I haven't even, believe it or not, I haven't even looked at some of these today. So I'm looking at it the first time with you. Okay, gold is holding on. Interest rates going lower. Gold is holding on. As I told you before, I would have already expected gold to move higher than this. I still like gold stocks, but I'm a little hesitant on gold right now. I don't. It'd be nice if this thing actually worked. Okay. Um, I wouldn't be buying gold at these levels. I would wait for a little cool off. If you're currently long gold, that's fine. Take a little off, hold on, wait for a little pullback, back maybe to the 15-day EMA. This is too much too fast. I don't think interest rates are just going to go straight up. I think you're going to see some choppiness around here. And I think that's going to cause gold to offset a little bit. Oh, thank you, Gregory. That's very nice of you. You're very kind. Uh, that's very, 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 very kind of you. That's very nice of you, Gregory. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you. Let me just here. All right. So be careful here. We're getting kind of close to the 8-day EMA. Crude oil. Let's see. Are we doing something? And I apologize for this thing being a little slower than usual. I guess I got to restart my computer. Crude oil is still in the range. Nothing. I mean, and seasonally, September is not a great month for crude oil. Honestly speaking, I looked at my seasonality. I looked at my black book yesterday. And the black book was very neutral for crude oil. Believe it or not, did you guys know it's actually a pretty good month for heating oil, but not for crude oil? Okay, US dollar, there's something going on with the US dollar. I did take a sneak peek at the US dollar this morning. The US dollar is starting to break down. Now, folks, this is important. You see how we're here? Let me see how we're breaking down this level right here? Well, remember what I always tell you guys, don't use levels, use areas. Why? Markets are not as precise as we'd like them to think they are. They're sloppy. So if I give a level here, consider the area. Okay? Just the area, basically. You don't want to get down to the tick. We're not that good, okay? Thanks, Thomas. We'll talk about China in a second as well. And that's another reason why gold and silver are holding up. They're buying a lot of it. Look at bond market. By the way, bonds have been going down since 7 a.m. Bonds have been going straight down. This is yesterday, okay? Remember what the market did yesterday? The stock market. Look at the bonds yesterday. This is after the close. So we may have a reversal of fortunes of what we saw in the stock market to a small degree. Okay. They're efficient, but they're sloppy. They're not, don't look like if I tell you to look at 98.57, you got to kind of, you got to be reasonable. You got to kind of like see sometimes it goes up. You got to give it a little um, margin of error. You got to give my levels or anybody's levels margin of errors. It's areas, not lines. Okay, not levels, but areas. Okay, so I'm hoping that the U.S. dollar does not break this area, which it looks like it's breaking right now. But I'm hoping that the U.S. dollar doesn't break this area and go down. If it breaks this, we're going lower. I'm hoping it won't break and it'll come up. If the U.S. dollar starts coming lower, it's going to attract money into foreign countries, not U.S. And we want the U.S. dollar to be above 90, above par, which is like right here. So this is not good. This is not a good look right here. You could see how we've been kind of consolidating. This is not good. And again, I'm just hoping that today, tomorrow, or Monday, we come here and we're back in this range. Okay. If you keep an eye on the US dollar today, which I don't do for some reason during the day, I only look at the US dollar after I look at the bond market volatility, but I don't look at US dollar during the day. I probably should, but if we continue breaking this, it's not going to be great for the economy, not necessarily the stock market, the economy. It gives us less negotiating power. You guys, I'm sure, understand. What causes the US dollar? The uncertainty, Stacy, over tariffs. Remember, hey, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning. Remember something. In November, the Supreme Court is going to hear whether or not tariffs are going to be allowed or not. As I said to you before, and I'm sorry if you don't like what I have to say, but I do have a law degree. Legally, Trump does not have a leg to stand on. Politically, and I think this is going to be a political decision, he has a lot of legs to stand on. That's what T-Buzz and I were talking about this last night. From a legal perspective, he doesn't have a leg to stand on, but I don't think this is going to be a legal decision. And I don't think US of A wants to give back billions of dollars to foreign countries. So I have a feeling it's going to be a politically decided decision. So that's all I know. But the uncertainty, the betting sites in Las Vegas think that he's going to win. Only 47% of people betting think he's going to win. So there's a lot of uncertainty. And I'm not trying to start a political discussion. What I'm saying is that's causing the uncertainty in the US dollar. Hey, Richard from Puente Gorda, good to see you here. So that's what's causing the dollar, the unknown of whether US is going to have to give back tariffs, get tariffs. It's just all up in the air right now. And that's causing cracks in the foundation. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Richard, you're not too late to give us catalysts in a few minutes. Okay. We're waiting. We were all, folks, look at the bond market. Look at the bond market right now. This is the 5-minute chart. This is the long bond. Look at this. Oh, it's 8:30. Wait a minute. Do we have something today at 8:30? I thought they were at 10 o'clock. Yeah, it is. That's weird. But this is not pretty right here. Let's see what it's doing to the Dow. Nothing to the Dow. Nah, nothing really to the SPY. Yeah, semiconductors are cooling off a little bit, and mags are cooling off a little bit. I'm just talking to myself. I always keep my eye on the bond market. See this? This is not good. This is not good. We're walking back. Yes, here. Look. Remember that level? 89.78? Well, we're at 89.87 right now. I'm just switching between 5 minutes and daily, but this is a problem. And if we come back here, that's a problem for the market. That's a problem for the market. So I'd love to see us make a higher high, but we're definitely not seeing it today or right now. Look at that. Straight down. I don't know do you guys know, is there any news coming out right now? Yeah, it does. It does affect the US dollar. Does anybody know, is there anything that just came out? Just let me know if Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, so let me know. I don't see any news coming out. If you guys see any news coming out, let me know. Okay. Okay. Higher bond. By the way, yes, somebody just mentioned it. Drop in the bonds will help the U.S. dollar. Yes, the drop in the bonds helps the U.S. dollar. Higher interest rates. Higher interest rates definitely help the US dollar. Okay, Bitcoin. Okay, this is good. I wanted you guys to see this. Bitcoin looks like it's getting ready to break out again. Now, see how the 50-day moving average and my black line are conveniently at the same spot? Well, I want to see a little more upside. Write this down. On Bitcoin futures, I want us to break 117 and a half, 117,500, okay? Once we break 117,500, we're going to have a green light to start buying crypto related stocks, assuming they look good, assuming they're breaking out like coin, MSTR, all that good stuff. So we're almost there. We're not there yet, but see where the high yesterday was at 116,735. We want to go above 117.50. We want to break this level right here, maybe even 118. How about make it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it 118. Okay. Put an alert at 118,000. Can you guys imagine Bitcoin is at 118,000? It's crazy. It's crazy. You're still going down on the bond market. We're not really going down, just at the low. But so we're almost there. We watch this every day, and I will give you a full heads up once we start breaking past that level. Okay, China. Now, I'm going to just give it to you. It's a catalyst today. China made an all-time high today. You can't see it right here, but because this is the large cap. But if you look at the entire market as a whole, it made a new high, a swing high. So it is a catalyst, okay? It is a catalyst for today. Okay, why don't you guys give me your catalyst? See, Richard, we were all waiting for you. We were all waiting for you. Give us the catalysts. Give us the catalysts for today. Come on, folks, give us the catalysts. Give us the catalysts. While we're doing for that, let me give you the link for Customer Service Live. Folks, Cam and Gustavo show every day. The best place to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Great place to be. Here's that. And here's the link for the VIP room where I will be treating you to some really good stuff today. I'm going to be picking your favorite stock. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry, not China, Japan, Steve. Sorry. Wrong commodity. Japan. Not China, Japan. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Okay. Richard Feinberg said consumer sentiment. Yes. Adobe. And I even wrote it right here. Japan, right there under my catalysts. Okay. Richard wants to be nice and clean about it today. Adobe, Microsoft, SMCI, Auto, and GM. Well, you got it right, Matt. I have consumer sentiment, Adobe, chip stocks, Microsoft, General Motor, and Japan. So I think you got everything except Japan. And you're absolutely right, Stephen. I'm wrong and you're right. It is Japan. Adobe, Microsoft, SMCI or chips, and General Motors. You got it right, Matt. You got it right. And Richard, let's see, Richard got most of it right. Richard has, let's see, RP says consumer sentiment, Japan, chips, Adobe, Microsoft. RP, you're right about everything except RH. You're not 100% wrong about RH. You're not wrong about RH because it's a consumer stock, but it's not an S&P 500 stock. And General Motors would be more for auto stocks. So yes, General Motors is definitely a catalyst. Citigroup raised its price target on, I said chip stocks. I just said chip stocks. Chip stocks, consumer sentiment, bond market. Richard was right. Bond market, consumer sentiment, Microsoft, Adobe, General Motors, and Japan. And thank you. It was up. Microsoft got up. Look, this is why Microsoft gained over 1% in pre-market after it struck a deal to extend partnership with OpenAI. What did I say? Whenever you get a mega cap, and Microsoft is a mega cap, up over 1%, it becomes a catalyst. This is if you mention this, it's okay because this is one of those rare sectors that's very commoditized. Home furniture is commoditized. So if you didn't include it, that's okay. And if you included it, that's okay too. Okay. Because and I did highlight it for that reason, because I wanted to show you certain sectors have a certain relationship, like Wayfair, home builders. Did you see them all yesterday? They were going crazy. So we can call this a minor catalyst. Okay. A minor catalyst. But if you included it, that's fine. And General Motors is more transports. This is more consumer interest rates. This is more um, transports. But you guys did a great job today. You guys did a great job. Do we know any info on the shooter? How old he is? Is he a Republican, Democrat? Is he just a madman? I'm just curious. You guys did a good job on the catalysts. Volatility. Remember yesterday I talked about volatility? Let's take a look at volatility. Still going lower. Volatility is going lower. It's not going higher. Even with the bond market, it's volatility is not going lower. And that's because overall markets did not lose stability yesterday. So volatility is going lower. Even right now, it's going lower. Let's break all this down for you guys. I'll be pretty quick about this. Investors are assessing the further record rally fueled by expectations that the Fed cut rates. Let's see what the bond market's doing right now. Folks, the bond market is going lower, and the bond market now is in our area. You see that? Look, remember I told you we don't want to break this level? We're breaking that level. This is not good. It's going to put a lot of pressure on all the stocks that went up yesterday. Okay? It's going to put a lot of pressure on them. So just keep an eye on this. This is important. We just broke this level. We have a breakdown of that level. Okay? 89.78. That's the key level. We're breaking it down. The next level is 89.11. Is this going to be a break, or is this just going to flirt around here? We don't know yet. We'll find out soon. But this is not good. This is not good for today. Let's see what the stock market's doing. Holding on okay. Holding on okay. Holding on real good, QQQ. And SMH holding on pretty good too. So not too much of an impact on the stock market as of yet. We got consumer sentiment today. Micron climbed over 7% after Citibank raised its target. That's old news. Somebody mentioned that. That's history already, folks. If it already happened, and if the market had a chance to trade on it, then you know. No, TP, the Kirk thing will not have any impact on the market. No. Good question, I guess. Netflix slid more than 3%. There was a top, the chief product office executive. This is not good for Netflix. I'm very skeptical about the growth on Netflix the last couple of years, and I've talked about it. I've been pretty critical of them, even though I absolutely adore the company. CPI got worse from a year ago. Just so you know, we're not making as much progress on CPI as we thought. Obviously, tariffs have some impact on this, but consumer prices are going higher, not lower. The Fed needs to take action, and the jobless claims are getting worse as well. That's a 3 and 3. Remember, I told you that I don't remember seeing it at this level. I've seen it like one time in the last like 6-7 years at 275, and then it went higher. Well, look at this. This is a 3.75 year high. That's what I'm telling you. What I was saying, I really meant it. Like, I don't remember it going up above 225, 235. And so it is now, and it's almost a 4-year high. So just to show you, it really has been at 225 for God knows how long. So that's a long time. That's a long time. And I look at it every Thursday and I'm like, it's always at 220, 230, 220, 230. Once it went to 275, like it was 4 years ago, and then it came right back down. But that's important because this thing doesn't move, hasn't moved. We have a 100% chance of them lowering rates, although if the bond market continues going down, this will change. But they're gonna take action. He'll look like a fool if he doesn't take action. U.S. will push G7 countries to impose higher tariffs on India and China. I'm so happy about this. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm very happy about this. My wife has a Ukrainian charity, Rescue Ukrainian Charity. So I really want this war to end. Consumer sentiment comes out today at 10 o'clock. Europe is down a hair. Morning as caution sentiment prevailed. Healthcare stocks led the decline. I thought that's kind of weird because we had blue chips rallying yesterday, but here we are. China gave up earlier gains, closed slightly lower today. Uh, Not really anything major. Bank stocks underperformed. From the looks of it, they're doing pretty damn well. And yes, you guys, thank you again for correcting me. It was Japan, not China. I can't believe I made that mistake. Japan closed higher and hit a new record high. That's a catalyst. That's a catalyst, folks. Tracking overnight gains in Wall Street, jobless claims data reinforce expectations that the Fed will cut interest rates. You may want to take a look at some Japanese stocks like Mitsubishi and so forth. They're looking pretty good right now. Technology-led stocks led the gains on Friday, and chips. Adobe, which is software, Microsoft, which is software and hardware, I guess, pretty general tech, General Motors, which is cars and transports. And by the way, a lot of people don't realize this, but Tesla is correlated to General Motors. A lot of people think it's only correlated to solar. No, it's correlated to other companies. Penny says, speaking of Russia and Ukraine, I assume you saw the news of Russia flying drones into. Oh, of course I did. I'm surprised the market didn't react. I stand. Oh, thank you, Rock. I appreciate it. I try not to mix my wife's thing with what we do here. I just don't want to. I just don't want to do that. But if you guys want me to, just send me an email and I'll send you a link. But again, I'm not trying to. The last thing I'm trying to do here is bring my wife's charity into what I do here. It's completely separate, completely separate. But I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. I don't want this to be a forum for my wife's charity. I'm pretty professional about keeping things separate. Okay, that's the report. Again, keep your eye on volatility. It would be really great to see volatility break this level, but I don't think we will, which means we're probably going to, I'm going to tell you this right now. So there's no surprise. Once volatility hits 14, I'm going to be looking to buy a call on volatility because volatilities mean reverting. Look, every time it comes down here, it pops. Every time it comes here, it pops. Every time it'll come here, it'll pop again. So I'm being very, very cautious, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be buying a speculative VXX option or a UVXY position when volatility drops to 14. I'm just giving you heads up. Okay. Um, all right, let's look at sectors. This is going to get tricky because remember, yesterday we wanted to see what sectors are still in line. Well, you got the good stuff here. You got semiconductors, Bitcoin technology. We're good here, except we got consumer discretionary being sold off and QQQs being sold off. Look at the day before. Look where QQQ was the day before. See that? And look where healthcare was before. Now, healthcare is coming up and QQQ is coming down. I don't like that. I don't like utilities and QQQ. I don't like healthcare and utilities being above QQQ, which means we may have a red flag. We may be peaking out again on technology. Now, I mentioned this to you yesterday. A couple of years ago, we would see a sector rotation, folks, once every quarter, once every 6 months. We're now seeing sector rotations every other day. Now, think about how much easier it is to trade when you have the same stocks just moving like this for months at a time. That's what we had a year or two ago. Imagine using my strategies when stocks are just moving for months like this. You could be printing money. And now we're doing this. Every other day, semiconductors, consumer staples. This is not natural. This is not normal. This makes it really hard for traders to swing trade. But here we are. It just makes my job more harder. That's all. A lot harder. But I want to keep an eye. So, folks, two things I want you to keep an eye on today. I want you to keep an eye on the bond market. If whether we come in here, see how it looks right now, like it's just bottoming out here. That's good. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we don't come further down. I'm going to be watching the 89.78 level right here, and I'm going to be looking for a potential rotation out of the technology and back into defensive stocks. Why are you going to be doing that, Roger? Well, let me show you why I'm going to be doing that. Look at the 20-day breakout number. And we're not trending right now. What happens every time this number gets up to 500? Let me show you. I want to show you guys something. I want you to pay close attention. $351, $336, $232. Okay, see, look. Look at last time what happened. August 22nd, we hit 500, right? Look at the next day. 137. 500, 137. Let's go back a little further. Okay. 470, right? This is going August 13th, 470. Look at the next day. Do you guys understand why I'm concerned right now about the market? Now, if we were in a bullish, trending, beautiful October, end of October market, I wouldn't be as nervous. Let's go back further. This is a really good eye opener for you guys. Look, let's go back to a big one. Okay, 462. Look the next day. That's 3 times it's happened before. You want me to do another one? Hold on. I got to find one for, okay, 468. Next day, 132. Now, if what I just showed you is not eye-opening, I don't know what is. Look at where we're at right now. So I'm going to do this again. For anybody who hasn't recognized the value of what I do here, I'm going to do this again for you right now. We're going to go back in time, okay? Let's go back 3 months, okay? 408, boom, 216. Notice what happens every time it hits 400. 442, 210. 460, 348, 430, 414, 514, 448, 115. We had a 4-day period where it was strong. 4 days. Let's continue. 468, 132. I'm just pressing the forward arrow and going forward every day here. 462, right? Boom, 200. These are stocks making 1-month highs. Let's continue. 470, right? Boom, 130, 139. Let's continue. Remember visual backtesting? 507, right? Friday, August 22nd, not that long ago. Next day, 137. Do you know what has to happen for this thing to go from 500 to 137, folks? Let's continue. $475, right? Well, that's today. Coming into today. Do you want it? Do you think, or do you feel lucky? Do you feel lucky? Yes, we should see lower ADD today. Yeah, ADD was off the top. Remember yesterday I said ADD is hot. Markets are bullish. Okay. So do you guys understand what happens in this market when stocks have been making 1-month highs? The next day, 5 out of 6 times. Okay. Okay. So look at the number of stocks yesterday with the bond market rallying 316. I'm not going to go do this exercise again. I think you guys get the point. Okay. I think you guys get the point. Do you feel lucky? Do you think it's going to continue? Because I just showed you 3 months worth. So let's go now to, we still have a lot of vulnerability here. We're still not in a trending market. The bond market is breaking down. Let's see what the SPY is doing. The SPY is a hair lower. I would be very, very careful today. Now, Roger, is it guaranteed to happen? Of course not. But have you seen the pattern of it happening? It's happened every time except for one time, and that one time it happened 4 days later. It was only able to sustain it for 3 days. Okay? And today's Friday, and we're in September. So, and we had a real strong run day yesterday, and 2 run days in the market in a row. Not in this market. Doesn't happen very often. And you know what else, folks? Let me tell you what else. We're violating the 1.5 standard deviation here, as I told you yesterday, and we've run up from here all the way up here without any pullback. Do you see what happened here? Look. Do you see what happened here? So look, boom, 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 boom. We need a pullback. We're getting too overextended here. We're getting too overextended here. We need a pullback, especially with the bond market breaking down. What has the bond market done the last few days, guys? Boom. Look, stock market's been doing exactly what the bond market's been doing. And what's the bond market doing right now? There's a lot of gaps here, folks, and these gaps will be filled. My suggestion would be to write these key levels on a daily. I go through them every day. Okay. All right. So SPY. Let me pull up my other SPY. Look at how deviated we are from the 8-day EMA. It's pretty deviated. We need to come back here. When this comes back here, what do you think will happen with this number right here? I'm going to write that again. When the S&P 500 comes back right here, what do you think will happen to this number right here? Okay? Just FYI. So right now, as of right now, we're not looking all that amazing internally. Levels on the SPY. Levels on the SPY. Let me give you levels on the SPY. I'm going to post these for you in a second, okay? Don't worry about my picture distorting it. I'm going to post it for you guys in a second. I just move that here. Here. Okay. I'm going to give this to you guys right now. There you go. Got to say, my levels work pretty damn good. QQQ. QQQ. Let me know if you guys want me to stop giving you these levels or do you want me to keep giving you these levels? Okay. Let me give you these levels on the the QQQ. Keep giving. Okay. Okay, here's QQQ. That's QQQ for you. Let's do SMH here. Oops, sorry. Okay. Nice and neat. Sorry about that. It's taking me a minute. Okay, here we go. Here's SMH. Okay, there's SMH for you. Very helpful. Okay. TLT. Yeah, I'll do them for you on TLT. That's about it. All right. Here's the TLT levels. Okay. See how nice I am? I give you guys all the good stuff. Okay. Okay. So you guys have all of your levels. Okay. What is this here? Okay. Let me now give you stocks that I like, and I got to get out of here. Okay. And I'll give you my full prognosis. Please only look over here since we're looking at daily data. Kava, nice selling pressure right there. Vert, Car, Sap. Now let me give you the long list. Rocket, Google, A&T, Citibank. I like Citibank. BS, CVS, CRH, Reddit. I like Reddit right now. ARWR, BZ. I've never traded this stock before, and I'm not kidding. I'm serious. W, Net. Those are the stocks that I'm looking at. I'm going to repeat all of them, okay? Kava, Vert, Car, Sap. That's to the downside. To the upside, we got Rocket, Google, A&T, Citibank, BZ, CVS, CRH, ARWR, Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals. I don't even know what this stock is, but it looks great. Reddit, W, and Net. Bonus round. Tring, tring, tring. I got some A-lines for you. Rostor, Pulte Homes. That's a beautiful A-line right there on Pulte Homes. And Johnson & Johnson. This one's not ready yet. Could be setting up for a A-line. VSAT. And that's another A-line right here. VSAT. See, gave you some bonus rounds. Folks, be careful today. I don't think today's going to be an uppity day like we had yesterday. Yesterday, the bond market was doing this, and today the bond market is doing this. Also, as I mentioned before, I think stocks are getting a little bit ahead of themselves and are getting too deviated from the 8-day EMA. If you look at RSP, it's having trouble getting past this level, but we are in a triangle, and QQQE needs to get out of this. Otherwise, we're just going to come right back down. Be careful today. Tread slowly. I'm going to start looking at potentially some short positions, although I'm still not comfortable shorting for all the right reasons. But we may just take it slow today, maybe do some option spreads. We'll see what happens. But this is not a day to do not go and don't go leveraging the upside on stocks that have been going up the last several days. Do not do that. I'm going to repeat that. Do not leverage stocks that have been going up aggressively over the last few days. Don't do that. We're going to have a sector rotation pretty soon. I showed you, remember this? 20-day breakouts. I'll bet you that on Monday, this is not going to be 475 based on everything we've seen. Please, please, please visit the VIP room at noon today. I'm going to be going through your favorite stocks today and showing you the best way to trade those stocks. Pre-market levels, please know we're setting pre-market levels to add to the opening equation. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. That's the VIP room. This is the room for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. You don't want to miss out. Please, please, please come there and check it out. And hopefully those small caps will give you some movement. And here's the link for tomorrow's class that Kane and I are having. And I'll broadcast this in the VIP room today as well. It's going to be an exciting weekend, folks. Thank you so much. It's Virt, V-I-R-T. Fled FL Red Sox Burger, Mr. Burger, F-I-R-T. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Here's my email address at rogerscott.com. Please, no customer service questions. We got a beautiful customer service department. They don't need me, okay? Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you tomorrow and Sunday with Kane live. Bye. It was such a good class today. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Folks, be careful today. If the bond market was a little more stable, I would feel a little better. But with the run day we had yesterday, with the number of stocks breaking out, I want us to be a little extra careful. If I'm wrong, we'll all make money. If I'm right, it's going to be a very cautious day. I'd rather be wrong and you guys make money, but I want you guys to be safe. Okay, that's the main concern that I have: your safety. All right, bye everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for being here.